Hi everyone, welcome back to another Fresh Look Friday, and I'm Miss Lora from the Lakeville District Library. Today's video is all about middle grade fiction for 3rd, 4th grade up to 6th grade, but really anyone older would also enjoy these. I loved these books, so I think they'd also be very popular with a teen audience as well. All of my books today are one genre. We're focusing on fantasy. So if you like Harry Potter, if you like witches and wizards, if you like TV shows all about magic, you're gonna like these stories. So some of these are older and some of these are new, and I can't wait to share them with you. The first one is probably our oldest one on the list today that I'm gonna show you. Excuse me, it is a series. Most of these are series books. This is called The Magic Thief. It's by Sarah Prineas. This one, like I said, is one of the older ones. It's our main character on the cover here you can see is Khan. Khan is a pickpocket, so that's kind of how he survives, by stealing from other people. Well, one day he picks the pocket of the wrong person. He picks the pocket of a wizard. This wizard's name is Nevery, and what he pulls out of Nevery's pocket is not money. It is a stone, in fact, a very magic stone. So magic that anyone not this wizard should have died when touching it. Miraculously, Khan is still alive. Nevery is very intrigued by this, obviously, and wants to figure out what's so special about Khan, so decides that he is going to train him to be a wizard like himself. But the catch is Khan needs to find his own special stone to do this training. While all of this is happening, the magic seems to slowly be disappearing from the world, which is troublesome, right? It was a great story. Again, this is a series. There's 3 or 4, maybe even 5 books in the series. If you like historical fiction along with magic, I would definitely pick up The Magic Thief. Okay, and next on our list is a newer book. It just came out last year in 2021. I think it's just a standalone. I don't think it's a series, but maybe it will turn into one. It's so new, we're not sure yet. It's called The Hatmakers. This book is also based in London, like The Magic Thief was. This is by Tamsin Merchant. I listened to this story. I highly recommend the audio. It's in London, as I said, and in this magical world, magic is infused in garments like hats and gloves and shoes and cloaks and canes. So there's all these makers that make these things, infuse their magic into it, and then the wearer gets to have that magic, kind of. Our main character here is Cordelia. She's 11 and she is a hat maker. And the Hatmakers have been called upon by the king and his daughter, the princess, to make a peace hat. All of the makers have to make a peace garment because they're hoping to create peace in these talks that they have with France. Well, things do not go as planned, and as most stories do, the peace hat gets stolen. And so now there's this mystery involved in this very magical story. What I really liked about this book was that it was something super unique and different. I had never thought about magic being infused into a garment and then the wearer gets that magic. So I thought it was a very unique, fantastical look at magic. The Hatmakers. And then flipping over here on this side, we have TheTwelve. So TheTwelve is all about the Chinese zodiac. If you are into zodiac, if you are into mythology, if you're a fan of Rick Riordan and Lightning Thief and all of his Rick Riordan Presents books, I would pick up TheTwelve. You will definitely like this. So TheTwelve is by Cindy Lin, the first in a series, right? And in this world, very few people, the lucky people, are born with powers, the power of the zodiac. So if you are born in the year of the rabbit, you get magical powers based on traits of the rabbit, right? Our main character, Usagi, was born in the year of the rabbit and has these powers. Unfortunately, this evil dragon lord does not like people with powers, and he's rounding them all up to contain it because he doesn't have powers, so he doesn't want anybody else to. It's a problem. So all of these kids that are being born with these powers are now having to keep their powers hidden. They need to stay in hiding. It's very complicated. Usagi's little sister, Uma, she also has a power, and she gets caught. So now she's kidnapped, and now Usagi needs to find and rescue her sister. Luckily, she teams up with some other people the 12. They call themselves the heir of the 12 because they are all descendants from the original zodiacs with all these powers. So she starts training to really hone her skills so that she can go rescue her sister. It's a very adventure-filled story, twists and turns, lots of characters. And like I said, if you are into the zodiac, this is definitely the book for you because all these powers and traits are really discussed and it's pretty interesting. Then we have Twilight Hauntings. So this is the first book. The second one came out recently. This is by Angie Sage. Alex is our main character. This is similar to the 12 in that magic is outlawed. No one can have magic. They call it enchanting. You can't be an enchanter or the king is going to round you up and capture you because again, he doesn't have power. He doesn't want anybody else to have power. There's also a prophecy that says an enchanter's child is going to kill the king. So that makes him very, very paranoid. And he needs to capture everyone with enchanting powers to make sure that he survives. Alex doesn't think she is enchanted, but as it turns out, she does. She has some magic. She doesn't really know how to use it, or she's kind of surprised by it. And her foster sister actually turns her into the authorities. So now Alex is on the run. She needs to get out of there as quickly as possible to save herself. And out in the wild, there's these things called hauntings, what the king has created or had someone create to track down any enchanter. They take different shapes. They have different powers. Some of them are super, super terrifying, and the author does a really good job of describing them. Again, filled with adventure, twists and turns, this big mystery of who is Alex? Why does she have all these very, very strong powers that she didn't know about? She doesn't know who her parents are, so she's trying to figure out who she is while on the run from these very cool, unique hauntings. So that one was a really quick read. I also listened to it, highly recommend. There's some good characters in there. She has a foster brother that's hilarious. Finally, my favorite one. I don't have the physical book to show you today. I listened to it on Libby, one of our free apps. It's called The Wizards of Once. It's by Cressida Cowell. If you have ever read How to Train Your Dragon, same author. Oh my goodness. This book was amazing. I was so surprised on how much I adored it. It's definitely older. There are 5 books in this series. I can't wait to listen to all of them. The audiobook was superb. If you like listening to books at all, definitely check out The Wizards of Once. So let me tell you what it's about instead of just gushing about the audio. So in this world, there's wizards with magic, and then there's warriors who don't have magic. They are feuding. These two tribes feud all the time. The warriors mastered iron and have like swords and things made out of iron that can hurt wizards, and wizards obviously have magic. And among all of this, there used to be witches, this big, grand evil, but they've been extinct, so we don't need to worry about them, right? Wrong. Witches may be coming back. So now the wizards and the warriors maybe need to work together. We have Czar, the son of the wizard king, and we have Wish, the daughter of the warrior queen. And the two of them meet one night in the dark forest, and they have to battle these witches together. It's very interesting, super unique. There's a lot of wonderful characters, sprites, fairies, ogres, trolls, an enchanted spoon. Like I said, the narrator is David Tennant, so if you're a fan of Doctor Who, you'll definitely recognize his voice. Really recommend it. He does a great job with all the characters. And now I just need to read the next books because there's a little bit of a cliffhanger. The Wizards of Once by Cressida Cowell. That's what I have for you today. Hopefully you will find something in these fantasy books that you want to check out. We have them all available here at the library, and all of them are available in our digital platforms. See you next time.